Hello student, Namaskar. I am Dr. Sam Kishore Patel, Assistant Professor in ITM University College. So you are in 5th semester, that is 3rd year, and I will teach you plant pathology subject. And PP 311 is a course number, and the course title is Diseases of Field and Horticultural Crop and Their Management First, in which we only study field crop diseases. So in today is a last lecture of unit number 4, that is diseases of pigeon pea, that comes under letter number 26. So first I will give outline of the today lecture. First is introduction to pigeon pea diseases, in which I explain what are the different diseases occurs in a pigeon pea and all other things. Then what are the different objective of the today lecture. Then economic importance of the today lecture. Then in today I will cover 4 diseases, that is Phytophthora blight, wilt, sterility mosaic, and bacterial leaf spot. Then after completion of the diseases, I will give one exercise. After completion of exercise, I explain what are the different learning outcome of the today lecture. Then what are the different research scope of the today lecture. Then at last I quoted the reference. So first, introduction to pigeon pea diseases. As you know that pigeon pea is the most important pulse crop in India, and mostly these pigeon pea used as a dal purpose. Okay. And in India there is a shortage of the oil seed as well as pulse crop, and pigeon pea is one of the most important pulse crop in India, and the government of India given more emphasis to increase the area and production of the pulse as well as oil seed crop in India. So by increasing the area and production, India will have self-sufficient for the pulse as well as oil seed, because pulse and demand of the pulse and oil seed crop oil seed fulfilled by importing the these material from the foreign country. So in today lecture I cover only 4 diseases. That the first one is a Phytophthora blight, next wilt of pigeon pea, then sterility mosaic, and last bacterial leaf spores. These diseases are the very important and most limiting yield reducing diseases present on the pigeon pea crop. Then what are the different objective of the today lecture, in which first one is to study the various diseases of the pigeon pea. As you know, as I told earlier, in today lecture I cover only 4 diseases, and next detection and identification of the pathogen, in which I explain what are the different pathogen or causer organism that causing diseases in the pigeon pea crop in the field condition, and how we detect these diseases these pathogen in the field condition. Then to study the disease cycle, in which I explain what are the primary source of the inoculum, what is the secondary source of the inoculum, and I also explain how these pathogen completed their disease cycle in the host. Then to study the management of various diseases, in which I explain how we control or manage the diseases in the field condition, and by controlling these diseases we increase the production of the pigeon pea crop. Then in economic importance part, as you know that a number of diseases causes losses in the pigeon pea crop, and almost 15 to 25% crop losses due to these diseases, and mostly these diseases are most prevalent in the tropical and subtropical region, where pigeon pea are cultivated largely. Then first disease is the Phytophthora blight. This Phytophthora blight disease we also called it as stem blight, and this Phytophthora blight disease caused by the Phytophthora drusselleri species kajani. So Phytophthora is a most important pathogen, causes a large number of diseases in the number of plant, and because this Phytophthora is the partially obligate parasite, so it is difficult to control the diseases. Then in economic importance part, this Phytophthora blight is the devastating disease that kills young, that means 1 to 7 week old plant, and leaving large gaps in the plant stand, because these diseases kill the young seedling. So number of plant population per hectare is decreases due to the dead diseases because of the damage of the seedling of these pigeon pea crop. Then yield losses are usually higher in the short duration pigeon pea than the medium duration and the long duration types. So mostly the disease affect more on the short duration crop. That means those crop who have give flowering and grain setting early as compared to the other varieties. Then in symptoms, the Phytophthora blight resemble dumping off in that it causes seedling to die suddenly. Because seedling are died, that's why the plant population is decreases. And infected plant have water soaked lesion on their leaves and brown to black in color. Slightly sunken lesion on their stem and petiole we also see in pigeon pea crop. So in Phytophthora blight, there is most important symptoms is the water soaked lesion present on the leaves as well as stem and petioles. And firstly, the 1 to 7 week old plant show dumping of symptoms, and infected leaves lose their turgidity and become desiccated. Lesion girdle the affected main stem or branches which break at this point, and foliage above the lesion dried up. When condition favor the pathogen, then it is common for many plants to die. Pigeon pea plants that are infected by blight but not killed often produce large galls on their stem, especially at the edge of the lesions. The pathogen infect the foliage and stem but not the root system. So as you see in the photograph, in the first photograph, there is we clearly see the damping of symptoms because in stem above the ground part from the ground level, there is a rotting or browning occur in the stem, and because of this browning or rotting, the stem are weakened and these stem are collapsed, and that's why these seedling are died. In second photograph, we also see these stem or stem lesion present on the stems, and because these stem are weakened, and that's why these plant are died. And sometimes leaf also show yellowing and prematurely defoliation occurs due to these Phytophthora blight diseases. Then in pathogen characteristic, the fungus produce hyaline cynocytic mycelium, and the sporangiophore are hypha-like with the swelling on the tip bearing hyphae, hyaline, ovate or pyriform non-papillate sporangia. Then each sporangia produce 8 to 20 zoospore, and these oospore are globose, light brown, smooth and thick-walled, and these pathogens survive for longer period with the help of these oospores. In favorable condition, the cloudy weather and drizzling rain with a temperature around 25 degrees centigrade favors infection that requires continuous leaf wetness for 8 hours to occur. Then warm and humid weather following infection results in rapid decrease, rapid disease development and plant death, and the soil with poor drainage, low-lying area, heavy rains during the month of July to September favor the disease development in the pigeon pea crop. And pigeon pea are usually not infected after they are attained a 60-day-old plant. So mostly the disease occurs produce symptoms in the young plant and young seedling up to 60 days after sowing. Then in disease cycle, these fungus survive in the soil as well as in the infected plant debris in the form of the oospore and dormant mycelium. These oospore and dormant mycelium serve as a primary inoculum for causing the disease in the pigeon pea, and the secondary spread by the zoospore from sporangia. Rain splash and irrigation water help for the movement of the zoospores. And Cajanus Iscara bioids variety Iscara bioids, a wild relative of pigeon pea, is also the host for the blight pathogen, that is Phytophthora drusselleri. Then in management part, if we avoid showing red gram in a field with the low-lying patches that are prone to waterlogging, and if we adjust the sowing time so that crop growth should not coincide with the heavy rainfall, and the growth resistant variety like BDN1, ICPL 150, ICPL 288, ICPL 304, KPBR 8014. So these are the resistant variety. If we grow these variety, then Phytophthora blight disease not occurs in the pigeon pea crop. Then if we give seed treatment with the 4 gram Trichoderma viride formulation plus 6 gram metalaxyl, then we control the diseases. We control these diseases by spraying metalaxyl, that is Ridomil MZ, at the rate of 0.2%. By these management practices, we control these Phytophthora blight in the sugar pigeon pea crop. Then in second disease is the wilt disease, and this wilt disease is caused by the Fusarium oxysporum pharma species udum. And these wilt disease also important in the pigeon pea crop, and almost 10 to 15% crop losses caused due to these diseases. In economic importance part, the annual losses due to the wilt have been estimated at 71 million US dollar in India, and it is mostly prevalent in the Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, and Bihar. And in AP, in Andhra Pradesh, it is mostly prevalent in the Telangana region and the Kurnool district. And in symptoms, the disease may appear from early stage to plant growth, that is 4 to 6 week old plant, and up to flowering and podding. That means this disease cause infections in the pigeon pea crop at all growing stage of these crop, and patches of the dead plant in the field when the crop is flowering or podding at the first indication of the wilting symptoms. And the most characteristic symptom is a purple band extending upward from the base of the main stem. So you clearly see in the photograph there is a purple band we see in the stem, and these purple band extending upward from the base of the main stem, and the vascular tissue exhibit brown discoloration at the region of the purple band because of the vascular tissue are discolored and distract. That's why the translocation of the water is limited. That's why plant show wilting symptoms. And the partial wilting of the plant is a definite indication of the Fusarium wilt and distinguished from Phytophthora blight that kills the whole plant. The partial wilt is associated with lateral root infection, and while total wilt is due to the taproot system. The foliar symptoms include loss of the turgidity, intervenal clearing, and intervenal chlorosis. These are the most characteristic symptoms of the wilt of the pigeon pea crop. And in pathogen characteristic, these fungus produce hyaline septate mycelium because of these Fusarium is a higher fungi, and these Fusarium produce the micro as well as microconidia. Microconidia are hyaline, small, elliptical or curved, single-celled or two-celled, and macroconidia are also hyaline, thin-walled, linear, curved or fusoid, pointed at both end with the 3 to 4 septa present on the macroconidia. And the fungus also produce thick-walled, spherical or oval terminal or intercalary chlamydospore singly or in a chain of 2 to 3. And with the help of these chlamydospore, these pathogens survive for longer period in the off-season in the soil as well as infected plant debris. In favorable condition, if long and medium duration type suffer more wilt than short duration type, and monocropping and ratooning predispose the disease to wilt. Disease incidence is more severe in the verti soil than the alphy soils, and early showing good weed management and good crop growth encourage wilt development, and soil temperature of 17 to 25 degrees centigrade favor the disease development in the pigeon pea crop. And in disease cycle, that means mode of spread and survival, the disease is the seed and soil worm. That's why these seed and soil worm and as well as infected plant debris serve as a primary source of the inoculum by means of the chlamydospore, and the fungus survive in the infected stubble in the field for about 3 years, and the primary spread is by the soil borne chlamydospore, and also by the seed contaminant. These chlamydospores remain viable in the soil for 8 to 20 years. And the secondary spread in the field is through the irrigation water and the implements. Then in management practices there is a four type of the management practices for the controlling the wilt disease in the pigeon pea. First one is a cultural, then a host plant resistant, then chemical, and last biocontrol. In cultural management practices, if we follow long crop rotation with tobacco, sorghum or castor, then we control the diseases. We also control the diseases by avoid successive cultivation of the red gram in the same field and adopt mixing cropping of the sorghum in the field. Then if we give soil solarization in the summer to reduce the inoculum of the pathogen, and if we collect and destroy the disease stubbles in the field and we destroy or burn out dead stubbles, then we control the wilt disease in the pigeon pea. Then in host plant resistant, if we grow resistant or tolerant variety like Asa, Maruti, Durga, Mukta, Prabhat and Sarada Lakshmi, these are the resistant and tolerance variety against the wilt disease of the pigeon pea. Then in chemical control measure, if we give seed treatment with the thiram at the rate of 0.3% or carbendazim at the rate of 0.2%, then we control the dead diseases. We also control dead diseases by giving the bio control by in biocontrol. If we give the seed, if we treat the seed with the trichoderma viridi at the rate of 4 gram per kg, and also we control the disease by multiplying 2 kg trichoderma viridi formulation in 50 kg of FYM and apply to the soil. By these management practices we control the wilt disease in the pigeon pea. And the next disease is the pigeon pea sterility mosaic, and this pigeon pea sterility mosaic disease caused due to the sterility mosaic viruses. This sterility mosaic virus is the most important disease in the pigeon pea crop, and this disease is a serious problem in India as well as in the Nepal, where it is estimated to cause annual pigeon pea grain losses up to $282 million. So it is a huge amount of the grain losses occurred due to these sterility mosaic diseases. And in symptoms, the disease attack can be seen in all the stages of the crop growth, and in the field the disease plant appear as bushy pale green plant without flowering or without flower and the pods. So this is mainly most important symptoms of the sterility mosaic viruses, in which in photographs we can see the mosaic pattern we see. That means intermingle of the yellow and green patches present on the upper surface of the leaf. These are the most characteristic mosaic symptom in the sterility mosaic disease in the pigeon pea. And the leaves of these plant are small and so typical light and dark green mosaic pattern, and symptoms initially appear as a bean clearing on the young leaves, and in severe case the leaves become smaller and the cluster near the tip because of the certain internode and stimulation of the axillary bud. The plant are generally stunted and do not produce pod. The plant infected at early stage up to 45 days of crop growth, so near complete sterility and yield loss up to 95%. As plant show partial sterility, if a pod develop, the seed may be small, swelled and immature. So these are the partial sterility of the pigeon pea or sterility mosaic diseases. And some pigeon pea varieties such as ICP 2376 exhibit ring spot leaf symptoms. These indicates a localized site of infection of the pathogen, and such plant produce normal flower and pods. Then in sterility mosaic diseases, the most important symptoms is the plant appear as a bushy pale green plant without flower or pod. So because in the diseases there is a main infection part is flowers. So if flowers are infected, then grain setting does not occur in the pigeon pea crop. That's why up to 90 to 95% grain losses occurred in severe infection. Then in disease cycle part, the disease is transmitted by the eriophoid mite, that is Escherichia kazani, and the self-sown red gram crop, that is a perennial type of the red gram, that is Cajanus scarabedois, and these rational growth of the harvested plant serve as the source of the infection. By this, they completed their disease cycle, and in favorable conditions, the disease incidence is high when pigeon pea are inter or mixed crop with sorghum or millets. Shade and humidity encourage mite multiplication because the diseases are transmitted by the mites. Mites, if mites population is more as compared to the other field, then definitely these diseases are spread rapidly in the pigeon pea crop. In management practices, if we root out the infected plant in the early stage of the disease development and grow resistant or tolerant variety like ICPL 87119, that means ASA, and ICPL 227 Jagrit and Bahar. These are the tolerance and resistant variety against the pigeon pea sterility mosaic viruses. And if we spray dicopol 3 gram or sulfur 3 gram in 1 liter of water to control the mites, if we control the mites, then definitely we control the diseases in the pigeon pea crop. The next disease is the bacterial leaf spot and stem canker. These bacterial leaf spot is the most important disease in the pigeon pea crop. These bacterial leaf spot and stem canker disease caused by the Xanthomonas compactis pathover kajani, and this disease also is very important, and almost 5 to 10% crop losses occur due to these bacterial leaf spot diseases. And in symptoms, the leaf infection can occur at all stages of the plant growth, and stem infection usually occurs in the younger plant. And in India, the disease usually appears in the rainy season during July and August. It can be seen on lower leaf of the plant that are about 1 month old as a small necrotic spot surrounded by the bright yellow halo. These are the most characteristic symptom of the leaf spot, and sometimes we also see the yellow halo. Later, these developed into the rough raised cankerous lesion appear on the stem, and the leaf spot do not usually cause defoliation. Canker can cause stem to break, but the broken part usually attached to the plant, and stem often break at the point where the primary leaf are attached, and often the affected plant do not break, and the stem cankers increase in size until they are 15 to 25 centimeter long, and in case of the severe infection, the affected branches dry. And you see in the photograph there the brownish spot or translucent spot, brownish spot we can see in the upper surface of the leaf because of these Xanthomonas compactis pathogen. And sometimes stem canker, the stem there is a rotting or cankerous growth occur, and because of these cankerous or necrotic lesion, the stem are weakened and drop or seedling are dropped. Then in pathogen characteristic, these pathogen, that is Xanthomonas, is a aerobic pathogen and gram negative non-spore forming rod shaped, and they have only single flagella, that means they are monotrichous, and the bacterial sera are disseminated through the rain splash. And in favorable condition, warm weather, that means 25 to 30 degrees centigrade, and humid weather favor the disease development. Disease incidence is generally higher in low-lying waterlogged area of the field than in the well-drained area. And in the management part, if we remove the infected plant debris and destroy these, then we control the disease. We also control the disease by spraying antibiotic like streptocycline at the rate of Also, we control the disease by spraying antibiotic like streptocycline at the rate of 100 ppm 2 to 3 times at 10 days interval. And we also, if we give seed treatment with the help of the streptocycline 100 ppm, by this treatment we also control the diseases. So in today's lecture, I cover the 4 diseases: Phytophthora blight, wilt, sterility mosaic, and bacterial leaf spot. If you have any doubt, then you call me or contact me. I will try to solve your doubts. So now I will give one exercise for you. So student should go to field in a pigeon field and collect the disease sample On the basis of symptom, they identified the disease and make a herbarium file and submit to me. Then student, whenever you return back to lab condition, then you prepare a slide and you also isolate these pathogen in the PDA media or nutrient agar media. Then you also expect to identify these diseases on the basis of the symptoms. So these are the exercise part of the today lecture. Then in learning outcome, the in today lecture I cover the 4 diseases, that means Phytophthora blight, Slaty mosaic wilt and bacterial leafy spot, and in each disease I explain the what are the causal organism, then economic important symptoms, life cycle, favorable condition and pathogen characteristic, and also explain the how we control the disease in the field condition. I also explained how you identify the diseases in the field condition, and on the basis of symptom how you identify the diseases. Then in research scope part, student prepare a plan of research to develop eco-friendly management of the disease, in which student select the best strain of the Trichoderma and Pseudomonas for controlling the fungal as well as bacterial pathogen. And also student also form surveying and screening of the pigeon disease in the Chambal regions, and they select different samples, disease sample from the different part of the Chambal region, and they isolate in the lab, and they find the which isolate is more virulent as compared to the other isolate. And in third, to identify the various botanical states for management of the diseases, in which student select the best botanical state on the basis of the poison food technique for controlling these pathogens. So these are the research scope of the today lectures, and these are the references from which I make the slide and presentation for you. If you so after seeing my video, if you have any doubt, then you call me or contact me. You also asked your doubt in the webinar classes. So with this remark, I concluded the today lecture. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you very much. Best of luck.